Right here, almost vegan official. All right. Hey guys, I'm Chris Parent, and this is Almost Vegan Official, the show. I'm really excited to get this up and running and share with you guys the dishes that I think will change the future of food, particularly sustainability aspect of food. The endless amount of land and resources is coming to an end, and it's more important now than ever to look at food through a sustainable lens. In these days, talking about sustainability, there's one guy that gets picked on more than the most. You may have seen him jumping over the moon or hanging out in the pastures with some cowboys. But I'm sure by now everyone has heard the damage that the common cow has been doing to our ecosystems. But hey, look, it's not their fault. We have produced the cow to meet our beefy needs to an extraordinary levels. But I know you're here to learn how to cook more sustainably. So what do? Honestly, just eat less beef. CO2 output, methane output, land usage, water usage, beef is just the biggest offender, and it sucks, and I'm really sad and I'm sorry. But when we get down to the brass tacks, beef is delicious. So I'm gonna show you how to make beef two ways. One, we're gonna go to a place called Korea, specifically South Korea. Beautiful country. If you haven't been there, you should definitely go. And there in Korea, I'm gonna teach you how to make a raw beef dish that's going to rock your socks off. And we're gonna take that little bit of Korean culture and go halfway around the globe, where we're gonna go to a place that's known for big surf and even bigger flavors, aka Hawaii. Maybe I should start by introducing myself in case you aren't aware of who I am. 안녕하세요. 나는 크리스예요. 나는 3학년이에요. 콜롬비아 대학교에서 다녀요. 그리고 요리사예요. 그래서 가르칠 거예요. I bet you didn't know I know how to speak a little bit of Korean. Been studying for 2 years and I still suck. But stop me from trying. And you also shouldn't stop trying to make great beef dishes, and that's why you're here. Now I know what you're thinking, raw beef, isn't that what started the coronavirus? No, well maybe, actually we're not too sure yet still. But when dealing with raw beef, it is obviously very important to stay clean and hygienic. So this is skimp out. If you're going to have raw beef, you should go to a quality butcher shop and pay that extra, a couple dollars a pound or whatever it may be, in order to get good quality stuff. For this particular dish, it is called Yukhoe, spelled Yukhoe, pronounced Yukhoe. And you're gonna go there and you're gonna tell them, hey man, I wanna eat some raw beef, I want the freshest stuff you have, and I want there to be as little fat as possible. They're probably gonna direct you into the round section, which is the keister of the cow. It's gonna be a little more tougher, and usually you would cook it in a slow roast, but we're gonna cut it very thin to where we can eat it in one bite pieces, and it's gonna be delicious with no cooking at all. That's what we do here. I give you cooking videos and show you how not to cook. So first things first, I bought the beef and I put it in the freezer. It's been in there for about an hour and a half, and while that's happening, I'm gonna get the rest of my ingredients together. So the marinade is gonna be 23 grams of garlic, 14 grams of green onion, half of it with the white part, 12 grams of soy mixed with 18 grams of honey, 26 grams of sesame oil, and that's it. Very easy, right? So for the garlic, we're gonna chop it up. So how do we get this very basic level? How do we get from here to here? We could try peeling by hand, but look at how long it's already taking. It's been years, I feel like. So what we're gonna do is unsheath our knife, take the garlic, make sure your hand is open and palm up onto the knife, and just press down, smashed, and this stuff will come right off. Look at that, 2-second peel. Do it again, bada bing, bada boom. And then we're just gonna take the little ends, these little hard parts of the garlic. We're gonna take that off, right there. And we're just gonna chop this up using our bear claw technique. A lot of Korean food, they use chunky garlic in their dishes, I would say. You see the garlic all the time, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it chunky. We wanna know what we're eating. As you can see, it might take some time. rocking motion back and forth, and we're getting somewhere. Look at that. Nice and chunky. Hand cut to perfection. I know it looks like a lot, but trust me, it'll be delicious. And then the green onion, just take that off on the bottom. You want it to be nice and white and clean. And then we're just gonna do nice thin slices. And that's all in our marinade now. So I'm gonna place the marinade now, completed, into the fridge. The secret to this whole thing is to keep everything cold as possible. So now we're gonna create the base of this dish. We're gonna pair it with this pear. So this might look weird to you, but this is a Korean pear, also known as a bae. This particular one is sagwa bae, apple pear. It's crisp, it's refreshing, it's crunchy, and it is a great complement to the Yukhoe that you will be eating. 9 times out of 10, it will be in this styrofoam packaging like this. This is just only in Korea. They just love packaging shit. So first we'll wash it off. But why would we wash it off if we're just gonna peel it? Because that's just the way you do things, you know? You wanna just keep things nice and clean. We're gonna take it right here, right in the center. Cut it in half one way, cut it in half the other way. Save the rest for a later date. Give it a quick peel. Throw all my compost over there. And we have this core here. The way I like to get rid of that is just put the pear down like that. Take your knife and at an angle, just cut the core out and there you go. You don't have to, you know, jimmy it all weirdly like and all that jazz. Now we want to create something called a matchstick cut. So we're gonna take our pear and create little playing cards. Obviously they don't exactly playing cards, but something that looks like this, right? Can you see that? Can you see that? Can I see that? I can see that. We can all see that, okay? So we did that. We'll stack them maybe 2 to 3 high. If you stack it too high, you might slip and start cutting shit all weird. So the end product will give you something like this. It's a matchstick. Like a cigarette, right? We're gonna take that pear and put it in a water and sugar solution with about 10 grams of sugar for about 2 cups of water, or if you want to go by grams with water, 380 grams of water. All right, the meat should be the last thing you cut. So for the garnishing, I'm gonna use 1 Thai chili. You can really use whatever chili you want, as long as you cut it at an angle, because for some reason, every time you learn something Asian-y, they tell you to cut it at an angle. And then we have our green or brownish looking green onion, same thing, angle. And one final step, I'm gonna prepare a little bit of ginger, about 2 grams worth of grated ginger. So we're gonna take our peeler and peel just about, I don't know, that much. We're gonna take a grater, essential, you should definitely buy this if you don't already have one, and grate it fine and juicy. It's almost like a juicer, honestly. That's gonna go there. All right, now it's time to cut the beef. So we'll use this bit and maybe just a little bit more. So all this fat stuff, you could just easily, you know, trim that off if you're gonna use that piece. You can save it for later. It's totally up to you. Want it to be almost pure beef, pure muscle, right? It is an animal. So maybe like that much. We're gonna line it up and we're gonna cut it essentially the same shape that we cut the pear. So we're gonna make little, I call them like playing cards, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Just like little strips. And again, don't be intimidated, just go for it. You can cut against the grain, you can cut with the grain, you can cut diagonal of the grain, or you can just have the butcher cut it for you and you can totally skip this part. Thing like that, right? Looks like a worm, I guess. But trust me, it will taste delicious. Put that into our chilled bowl that I had in the freezer. Oh, we're gonna grab our marinade ingredients. Not really marinade, more like a seasoning, because we're not gonna marinate it. Pour that all into the beef mixture and then just mix it up. So we grabbed ourselves a nice bowl. We're gonna first start with the pear. We're gonna drain all this water out. We're gonna put our dried pear back in our dried bowl or mixing container. And we're gonna throw in that ginger. We're gonna put the Yukhoe on top. Sesame seeds, green onions, and our chilies. Traditionally this would get pine nuts added on top, but pine nuts are like a bajillion dollars a pound. So here I have pumpkin seeds, which I think are also good. They're not anything close to pine nuts. I just like pumpkin seeds and they were there. So I'm just gonna add a few. And now we have our egg, and we're gonna want it to just have the yolk. And we're just gonna put it right in the middle there. Top the whole thing with a little bit of sesame oil, some freshly cracked pepper, high grade chunky salt, and there you are. Yukhoe as presented by Almost Vegan Official. Alright, let's try it. So we're gonna take it, break the yolk, mother it all in there, mix everything up, ruin the beautiful dish that we just created. Oh my god, so good. So it's like you get the sweetness from the honey, spicy because of the chilies and the ginger. Honestly, I love the pumpkin seeds in it because there's this nice like salty tart like chunk to it. Oh my god, this is so good. I bet you this would go good on a cracker. Chakamankiro. A pumpkin seed. Beautiful, look at that. You now have, I don't know how to focus. You gotta trust me, this looks adorable as fuck. But this would be a great hors d'oeuvre to do at any kind of extreme celebration, maybe your graduation. Yukhoe crackers. We barely used any beef. You can feed, I don't know, 5 to 6 people off of this. Usually Koreans, they'll eat this like after work with their colleagues, maybe with some beer, some makgeolli, with some mung bean pancake. But here at Almost Vegan Official, we keep our soju in stock. Cheers. Oh my god, delicious. So I'm gonna finish this, clean up, and then we're gonna go aloha our way over to Hawaii, where I'm gonna teach you how to make the best goddamn Galbi you'll ever have in your life. Alright guys, I'm cleaned up, ready to go, and now we're gonna make some aloha Galbi. It's gonna be so delicious. I'm telling you, I put my whole life's work into this Galbi, the best thing in the world. So first, what we'll have to do is make the marinade. The marinade is gonna be composed of soy sauce, sugar, maple syrup or honey, sesame oil, pineapple juice, kiwi, black pepper, and alcohol of your choice. Usually I like to go whiskey, but I've also tried wine. But today, to give a special homage to Korea, we will be using soju, Korean rice wine. Yeah, you hear it's like a freaking potato. It's alright. We're gonna blend it anyway. Stir. Just a little bit. We rolled it airtight, and the marinade is completely covering the meat. Guys, there is a downfall. This marinade is gonna take about 2 days to fully kick in. So I'm gonna put it in the fridge, and I'll see you in 2 days. It's time to grill. So first things first, make sure all your cameras are set and ready to film this because it's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna take it out of the bag. You can wipe off any excess marinade that might burn. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, I can save the rest of the marinade for next time. No, once it's been soaked in meat, it's gross, it's done with. You just gotta throw it away. That's the sad truth, you can't reuse your marinade. But it's gonna create one delicious bite. We're gonna take our beef here and just, you can hear that. That's the noise you wanna hear. If you don't hear that, it's not hot enough. You wanna get it super hot to really sear that beef. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put these under the broiler. And then with this hot pan, We're gonna do the same thing with the chicken. When we flip that chicken, look at that. See that? Nice and dark. And now that we flipped it, we're gonna do the same thing and let it join our friend in the oven. And then we wait. So I think the beef's ready. Let's check on it and bring it out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, check that out. So our Galbi's been in the oven for about, I don't know, like 5-6 minutes on broil, the hottest setting it can go. Let's just check on it. Oh yeah, look at it. And then you can serve this 2 ways. You can serve it just like this, or you can cut it up into party size. And you see how it's cooked all the way through. So let's plate this, make it look nice for mom and dad. So here we have our Galbi. I'm just gonna top it with a little bit of furikake, which is essentially nori seaweed mixed with toasted sesame seeds. And this is gonna give it that nice Hawaiian flair that we're looking for. And again, we're gonna use some green onions. Remember, at an angle. And last but not least, we're gonna use a secret weapon that's gonna take your meat cooking and put it on a whole new level. And that's introducing the humble lime. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. And I don't want to go back at my word and use utensil. Like I said, this is perfect to eat with your hands. Right here, just grab that bone. My God, that lime juice is everything. Salty, sweet, flaky salt here. Not even flaky salt, this is just kind of topping salt. It doesn't have to be flaky, just nice salt, nice cut. Gosh darn. Gosh darn it! That is some of the best beef I've ever had in my freaking life. And I love this recipe, and I want you to go and I want you to try it. If you're only gonna pick one of these recipes, do this one. It's delicious, a little safer honestly. You can get by buying a cheaper meat from a butcher, from a lower grade butcher. Not that I recommend doing it. And it's actually not even that tough. Nice fat content to it, but honestly I like it to go even less fat. Well, that's a wrap for episode 1. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not gonna insult your intelligence. Obviously, if you like it, give it a like. If you wanna subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. I got a lot more videos coming your way, and I'll see you soon.